When you feel your heart to guard it, and I see the break starting. When the clouds are far departed, you'll be right here with me.
Beware, it's your boy Young Dollar, you're on the house with new hot girls called Chayu. Come on, it's summertime.
You'll be right here with me. You'll be right here with me when your life is going too fast. All the train tracks, I can slow it down.
Yeah, she can slow it down, yo. Okay, I know we're fucked up, but everybody fucks up. And anyone can fucked up, especially when they're loved up. I was so loved up, I can see them make it up until I was too late, and now I'm trying to pick my heart up. You gotta believe me when I say that I love you. You gotta believe me when I say that I hate you. When I say that I trust you. And if it's too late forever for me and you, then now I know just how it us too, yo. I was so in love with you, and I hope the next man knows just how it treats you. You get you smiling and feeling the way that I do when I'm with you. And now when I kiss you, and now girl, I want to know that I miss you.
You'll be right here with me when your life is going too fast. All the train tracks, I can slow it down.
Yeah, you're so special in every single way. You got me insane almost every single day. You're my mind 24/7, tailing flame in my mind from the moment that I wake until the time I go to sleep. Start the very next day, you're my startime queen. You're my nighttime queen, you're my early morning princess. My midnight wishes, my late night kisses. My wisdom to exist and give me one wish. It will be the truth with you, but I see the truth, I'll never be me and you. And I wish I could turn back time, but no superhero. You're mine, I pray to God and ask why God. But it's not his fault, it's all on I. Now I did so many things to deserve this ending, but I know with more chance to make it no hand ending. But the rest of my life with you, girl, cause you were my world, my flower pea, you can't get me better. And you want to get worse, and every time I see you how, yeah, just a hurt, but I never trade in, yeah.
You'll be right here with me when you feel your heart to guard it, and I see the break starting. When the clouds are far departed, you'll be right here with me.
The time that I spent with you, and if I got the chance, yeah, there's be part 2. Cause this is your song, put a song, sing along, love you too, that I miss you, and I wish that you miss me too, yeah.
When you feel your heart to guard it, and I see the break is starting. When the clouds is far departed, you'll be right here with me. When you feel your heart to guard it, and I see the break is starting. When the clouds is far departed, you'll be right here with me. I'll be right here with you. When your life is going too fast, on the train tracks, I can slow it down.
It's your boy Young Dollar, it's a brand new song coming to you from the summertime, yo.